Hello, my name is Mr. Blomberg. I'm with Garden City, and today we have Mr. Crosslin here teaching our third graders about what we can learn about fossils.
We're going to look how fossils get their names, how they're named. There's 3 different ways. And in 4, you're going to make up your own name and invent a dinosaur. Fair? So, in Wyoming, it's now a mountain, but this is what I found. And what is that? It's a fossil. It used to be a living fish. And it is from a long
time
ago. So this is a fossil. And here in Indiana, I took some kids and we were doing this. And I took them out and I found where the coal was found. And I found this really cool rock. And I took my hammer. You won't believe this. When I cracked it, now, is this the real leaf that is that leaf right now? No. Is this really a fish right now?
No.
These have been fossilized. That means that piece by piece they have been turned to stone. What's that? All right, so here's our deal. Help me out with this. On your paper, by that fish, I want you to write something. We got to come up with a definition for a fossil. I think you guys can help me with this. So, a fossil is, here we go, ready? A fossil is, here's a word you use, young man. Preserved. What does preserved mean? Saved. Preserved. Evidence. And what is evidence? Somebody told me what evidence is. Clues of past life. Oh, my goodness, check it out. Here are 4 words that I want us to define. What'd you say preserved was? Saved, right? So write saved by it. What'd you say evidence is? Clues. Okay? And what is life? The 2 types we just found. Life can be a what? It could be a plant or a what?
A human or fish.
How about an animal? A plant or an animal? And that leaves one more thing. The last thing is past. And here's what I think about past. Help me out with this. Past means a long time ago. Go ahead, let me give you a chance to get this written. And so, repeat after me. A fossil.
A fossil
Is preserved.
preserved.
Which means saved. Evidence. Which is clues of past life. Go ahead, write that down. This is called the impossible fossil. Huh. Yeah, look at this. Impossible fossil. And this is a real fossil. Guess how big it is? It's about, going down, let's see the worksheet. We can see a picture of this impossible. Keep going. Right there. Yeah. This is at the Sternberg Museum out in Kansas. And it is about this long. About this long. Now, what's impossible about this, when they found it in a layer of dried chalk in the middle of Kansas. Is there an ocean in the middle of Kansas right now?
No.
So what is the evidence that there used to be?
1,000 years ago.
It looks like there's a fish inside of it.
What? You're kidding me.
Looks like there's a fish inside.
Look at your paper. Is there a fish inside of this?
Yeah.
It looks like.
You know what? That's why this is called the impossible fossil. when they started digging first at the head, then a little bit further, they thought, wow, look at this thing. Look at all the bones. The bones are really preserved. And they found, and look what they found inside of the ribs. So what do you think is the evidence? What does that tell you?
Picture.
It ate a fish.
And then it died.
And
It must have died quick, because look inside. The fish inside is still good. You know, when you eat something and it gets all messed up and broken up, and is that fish? Does that fish look like it's good?
Yeah.
No. I think it looks pretty good. Let's take a closer look at this, okay? Say Xanthicus. And look what's inside of it. Inside of it is a fish called a Gillicus. That's weird. Gillicus and a Xanthicus. And so, what does this show you?
How's that fossilized?
It's how it looks like an ice. That's how a fossil is formed. And so if you look at that fish inside, it looks fresh. But you know what? I think you're gonna like this better if I do this. Here's one I did. Check this out. Let's see. We're gonna be, what do we call it when you look for fossils? What is a person who digs fossils? Paleontologist, okay? What do you think's happening on this picture right here, kids? What do you think?
Coastway.
What do you think's happening right here? And you guys can raise your hand and help him. What's the evidence? Were they friends? No. Why do you say that? Do you eat your friend? No. Did they both die at the same time, do you think? Yeah, and they must have been buried, because look how good the bones are. So here's what I want you to do. I want you guys to write a story or a couple of sentences to tell me what happened right here. Go ahead. Write me a sentence or a story. You're doing all right. You're doing great. So, you're saying the animal died and his baby and got stuck, and then they both became fossils. Excellent. That's the evidence. Keep going. National Geographic Sea Monsters, because here's something, there's a movie, and the whole thing has to do with this. They found a fossilized bone of a giant marine reptile called a tylosaur. And guess what they found stuck in it? Yes, but what kind of tooth do you think?
Shark tooth.
But what kind of a shark tooth? A what?
Megalodon.
As a matter of fact, they found one of these.
That's your dream.
Yeah, and so this was stuck inside of the leg of a tylosaur. What story does this tell? Raise your hand. Come up here. Come here. So, if you were digging in Kansas, come over here, and you found, what's your name? Ethan. You found this really cool bone. You thought, wow, what a great find. And you dug a little more, and you found this stuck in the bone. What's your evidence? What do you think happened?
A shark bit the bone, and then it got stuck. And then became fossil.
So, who do you think won on this epic battle between the tylosaur and the shark?
The shark.
How do you know?
Because it actually got stuck, so it couldn't get out. So it probably died.
Well, what if you only find one tooth? So here's what's interesting about this. I'm giving you a hard time about this. The evidence is we know there was one tooth. But sometimes, boys and girls, sometimes in fossils and stories, you have to kind of imagine what might have been happened. So something you know, and I think you're right. Do you want to hold this? It's millions of years old. It happened a long... It is kind of heavy.
And sharp.
And why do you think we don't have the rest of the shark?
Because it's probably somewhere else.
Somewhere else? And what's the rest of the shark made out of, do you think?
Stone and...
Flesh, maybe. And sharks don't have a lot of bones, but this one, boy, you don't want to get bit by that, right? So we don't have to worry about this guy being around in the waters anymore. This is a megalodon. What do you call an animal where we have the fossils, but we don't have any living, what's it called? Extinct. And so that word is extinct, and E-X, how do you spell it? T-I-N-C-T. Extinct. So both of these animals are extinct. Tell you that scientists, there's 3 ways that we name fossils and all animals. Maybe you know them. So there's 3 ways. If you want to draw this somewhere on the front of your paper, really quick. Yes, sir. What are some of the ways a fossil is named? Yes. Yes.
Fossils that came a long time ago for Megalodon because Megalodon got extinct for 2 years ago.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. Let's take a look at the word Megalodon. Some fossils are named by what they look like or how they act. Now, a Megalodon, Megalodon, guess what mega means?
Big.
Big. Guess what Odon means? I'll give you a hint.
Big teeth.
Odon means tooth. If you go to a odontist, a tooth doctor. So really, this fossil is named Megalodon Big Tooth. Do you believe it is a big tooth?
So does it mean this sounds like Megatooth?
It sounds like Big Tooth Megalodon. Oh, here's another one. Check this out. Maybe you know this animal right here. Ready? So this is one way that scientists name them. What if you had something that had this? Here's its face. Okay, here's its face with an eye and its beak. Got it? There's its face. And it's a lizard. So it's a lizard type animal. It has a face. And it has this on it. Ready? 1, 2. Wow. And how many horns does it have? 3. Anybody know the name of this? Say it.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah. Good idea. How about a tri for 3, cerat for horn, ops for face. So this is called a triceratops. Let me show you what I mean. In its head. And the nose, the word for nose, look on your worksheet. I've given you the names that we use. Nose is rhino. Can you find rhino? Oh, here we go. Check this out. What do you, look at this guy right here. Try. Check it out. How many horns? 1, 2, 3. Try. Cerat. That means horn. Ops means face. Bring it up here. Triceratops. So you have your book here you're reading, huh? On fossils. Come over here. So, what are you showing us here? A triceratops, hold that, being eaten by what? You mean this guy right here? So here's a T-Rex. Here's the name of this. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Look on your worksheet. What does tyranna mean? It's way on the right. Tyrant. What does tyrant mean? Anybody? Yes. No. Tyrant. Find tyrant. Yes. What? No, that's ped. Terror. And now, what does Rex mean? Can you find Rex? Circle Rex. What does Rex mean?
King.
What? King. And what does Saurus mean? Can you find Saurus? Lizard. Okay, so help me out here. This is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which means terrible lizard king. And what do you have right here? Triceratops, which means 3 horns on face. So who's going to win? T-Rex or Triceratops? Well, the fossils can tell a story about that. Let's take a look at one more thing. This is what scientists, how they name dinosaurs. They use some of these words. And so we need to talk about 2 more things before you do yours. Here, up here. So how they look or act is one. Okay. Another one is where they're from. where they're from. So if we found a dinosaur back here, we could call it a Garden City-osaurus. You know why we'd call it a Garden City-osaurus?
Because it was here in Garden City.
Garden City-osaurus. Incis, we'll call it Garden City-osaurus incis. You know what that means? We found it at
Garden City.
Garden City. And what is your name? What is your name? Yeah. Omar. Omar?
Omar, yeah.
Here's another way we name a dinosaur. After a person. So, Omar, if you found a dinosaur, we might call it this. A Garden Saurus Omarii. And so a dinosaur or almost any animal or plant can be named how it looks, where it's from, or after a person. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Who would like to make something that is help me out, what if I said it is a Megacephalosaurus?
It's big.
What does mega mean? Yeah. Big. What does cephala mean? Who can find cephala?
Head.
What?
Head.
Head. So if I say it's a Megacephalosaurus, what would it look like?
A big head.
It would have a big head.
It would have a big head. So here, let's see what that might look like. Ready? If it's a Megacephalosaurus, right? And I want you to make one up for yourself. Megacephalosaurus. Would look like this. Ready? I'm not too good at this guy, but he's got a big head.
That looks like
Oh, that's
Have you ever seen a Megalocephalosaurus? You haven't? Me neither. A Megalocephalosaurus is a big head. So is that named after who found it, where it's from, or what it looks like?
what it looks like.
What it looks like. When they found the fossils of this one, near it they found some eggs and some small bones. So what do you think this story tells? That she was a mother. And you know what they named this? Myosaur, which means good mother. Myosaur. Very cool. So I brought you closer because I spent a lot of time with kids and teachers digging fossils in South Dakota called the Edmontosaurus. Guess why it's called the Edmontosaurus?
Why?
The first one found was in a city called Edmonton, Canada. So it's named after a city. Here's a rib bone from it. Now it's actually not a bone, sorry. This is a fossil of a rib bone. When I found this in the ground, if I picked it up, it would crumble to dust because sun and air is the enemy of fossils. So we glued it together, wrapped it in plaster, and brought it back to the museum to be studied. And you can see that it's in pretty good shape. This is a backbone fossil of an Edmontosaurus. This is the back. And this I found, oh my goodness, this is a toenail, the toe bone. This is the toe bone, and the nail grew around it. So this is a real fossil. See these little holes right here?
Yeah.
Those are where the blood vessels and the nerves came, just like on my thumb, covered with flesh and nail. This would be an Edmontosaurus. So I'm going to leave with you to study some of these. For example, one of my favorite is, this is a T-Rex tooth.
Why is it all black?
It's black because this is a replica. This is not, we took the real one, we put it in clay, and we poured hard plastic in it to make for kids to study. So this is exactly a copy of the real one.
Does it feel the same?
Except for
It
it's
feels-
sharp.
Oh, it's as sharp as the other one. In fact, when you feel it, it's almost like a steak knife. I call this a lethal banana. Like, well, it looks like a banana, right? but if this was, oh my goodness, we found a fossil that had a chunk, and a chunk, and we thought, why does this fossil have 3 holes in it? Then we found the jaw of a T-Rex, and guess what? 3 teeth lined up, chunk, chunk, chunk. What is that evidence of? Yeah, this is a claw bone, a replica. This is a replica of a claw bone of a Gorgosaurus. Can you imagine the real sharp claw growing over this?
Yeah. Oh, that looks like a velociraptor claw.
It does look like a velociraptor claw. And then this is here's a replica of a there's the Gorgosaurus claw, and here's another smaller T-Rex tooth. And when we found the jaws of the T-Rex, up inside of them were other teeth ready to come down. What do you think the other tooth up inside of its jaw was for?
Shed?
What?
The shed?
Yeah. If in case this one breaks off, you'd be in bad trouble if you're a T-Rex with dentures. You know what I mean? No teeth. And so there's always another one ready to grow. So all of these things we name, I'm going to leave, these are actual fossils that you can touch, but be careful because they are from a long
And they're fragile.
time. They're fragile. There's part of the Edmontosaurus. Here's another one. Be real careful with these because they've been around for a long time ago. Don't be that kid. Now, so here's what I want you to do next, the last thing, and I can't wait to see some of these exciting names. You're going to cut out these 3 word parts. And in this Gorgosaurus head, I designed this so that you can, terrible horned saurus. So that's a Tyrannosaurus, a terrible horned lizard. But or I could tell me when to stop on this one. Ready? Like there's. First of all, let me show you what's all here. We have una, which means 1, try, 3, terrible, or bi, or mega. Which one do you want to use? Mega. So mega, and so now we have mega horn, mega nose, mega head, mega foot, or mega micro. Wait, you want a mega micro? You want it to be big and small at the same time? Okay. That's going to be weird. Okay, mega, micro, what? Saurus, ops, face, tooth. Oh, we could call it a mega, micro, odontosaurus.
Yeah.
What is that? It's got big, small teeth. Lizard.
The front tooth are small and the back tooth are big.
I'm on to something here. So the front tooth are what?
Big.
Big.
The small ones are the small ones. The back ones are small.
Okay. So here we go. Here's a jaw. Here, let's put this one up. Ready? Check it out. It does, doesn't it? So here is a lizard with a head. Kind of weird. But look, it's got mega. It's got micro. Teeth, odon. And it's a lizard. So here it would be a mega micro odontosaurus. Do you know that we named one dinosaur at the Children's Museum Draco Rex Hogwartsii?
Oh, I know.
What do you think that was called? Draco Rex. Here's the name of it. Draco Rex Hogwartsii. Rex means king. What does Draco mean, do you think? I bet you know. What does Draco mean? Dragon. Dragon. So it was a dragon king. And does anybody ever read Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So Hogwarts. So this one was named by how it looks and where it's from. So I want you to go back, cut these out, and use them to invent your own dinosaur name. What do you call it, Serial? Trimegacephala, which means 3 big heads. Heck, you really nailed this. Great job. See that? And look how you got some skills here. I'm telling you what.